mai rā ki te papatākaro o Pulman Park. Te uri whenua. Ngāti te ata, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2023 National Secondary School Tournament. We're heading into semi-final time in the Premiership division. It's a crossover from Pool A to Pool B. Top of the table, St Thomas of Christchurch take on second place Pool B, Southern Cross Campus. My name's Hone Honui Rapana and I'll be your announcer for our match. Bring you live commentary as we get ready for the first of two semi-finals today. Streaming live, coming up was the Kōtiro one. But let's take a look at this St Thomas side. Danger player to keep an eye out for 14, Bishop Neal. Also Sheldon Hayward playing in the centres, and the starting forwards 8 and 10, Jason Salalilo, Zeke Vangaleti. Alongside with the Warriors, but dangerous players as Canterbury Bulls former coach Andrew Omatangi has brought the St Thomas side up from Christchurch. Renowned for rugby, but these boys have made the conscious effort to play the game we love, rugby league. As we take a look at the Southern Cross campus, players to keep an eye out for: Latu Whakautoki, Kurai Kiria at 10, prop forward, as the coach by Rod Latu. Finishing top of the table for the Pool B, of course, De La Salle. They take on second place from Pool A, which was St Paul's. That match taking place at the moment as well. Kicking off same time as this one on field number 4. But we are here as our captains get ready to take the coin toss. Our match officials for this one on the sideline, Paki Ngaira, Joshua Siaki, and the man in the middle, Joseph Green. Plenty of experience from our Kaiwa, from our match officials.
Tails it is. What are you going to do?
Tails is the call. Southern Cross win that one.
So kicking that way like Latu. Just that if we do happen to have a draw at the end of the game,
referee just informing the players if there's a draw, we do need a winner.
All good?
And if that is the case, the match goes into 5 minutes each way, golden point.
Oh, you need to go wharepaku or... Enjoy, boys.
St Thomas of Canterbury. Developing plenty of stars in the National Secondary School last year. Beaten semi-finalists.
Listen.
As we prepare for the semi-final.
You right, Kev?
At the moment,
living the dream. Hey?
Southern Cross campus going through their hymn,
Oh, I hope not.
their cultural performance, their cultural acknowledgement. It's really packed out here at Pulman Park. There's matches all over the place. The people have come in numbers. As they change sides, St Thomas to receive, running from right to left on your screen. This is the boys' Premiership, a crossover match. The top of the table, Pool A, which is St Thomas, take on the second place from Pool B, Southern Cross Campus.
Just stay on side, fellas. Nothing early there here.
As the referee reminds the players to time your run. He's not coaching, he's instructing. Joseph Green in the middle.
Back.
Ready to go with semi-final football. Let's get it on.
Nah, play on.
Referee's called play on.
My bad.
No, he's got a call from the side. He's got a call from the
Goal line
sideline. It's a knock forward, and he's calling a goal line dropout. Knock on in goal. Not the ideal start at all for the St Thomas side.
Downside behind the line. Downside.
Southern Cross, surprising them from the start. Coming forward now is Yese Paula.
Release now! 10 and hold!
In at dummy half,
Go one.
Robert Apikotoa. He finds Sevita Manuika.
He's hold!
3 in a tackle, Toby Gibson, New Zealand Māori player with the pink headgear. As Southern Cross settle things down through Latu Whakautoki. Offloads, ball still alive. Josiah Vite. Options left and right. They're looking to go left. They do go left. This is Sione Filimoiatu standing in the tackle. Filimoiatu running onto it now. Freddie To'ofohe. Fifth and final being called.
Nothing late.
Backwards is the call. You can hear the referee in my ear. He's ruled it knocked backwards, but it looks like Southern Cross Campus have locked St. Thomas in goal and forced another dropout. What a start from Southern Cross. There's no easy pathway through to the finals. But Southern Cross Campus now really making St. Thomas work. As Latu Whakautoki takes the first settle. They shift their wide through Apikotoa. There was an offload option there, and Toby Gibson from St. Thomas picks the ball.
Release the back.
Gibson, first turnover against Southern Cross. First chance for St. Thomas to get the ball, but they spill it. Southern Cross really forcing the errors out of St. Thomas. I think we're starting to see the results of a long weekend. A long tournament, lengthy tournament. 3 matches so far these sides have played.
Off the back, Sheldon. And straight. Oh, go one.
Whakautoki. They're looking busy now, the Southern Cross side. They're building numbers. This is Ravosai. Offloads out. Looks like a double knock on. As our referee, Joseph Green. So knock on first coming off Southern Cross, which then indicates a scrum feed in favour of St. Thomas. Three minutes gone, and all the game has been done in this red zone for St. Thomas. But they decide to stretch out a little, and talk about stretching out. One to beat the fullback coming across, but he doesn't look like he's going to catch him. Danger man Jackson Stewart. He's being identified by the Warriors development. Grant Pockington in particular mentioned today. Jackson Stewart, rising star, up and coming superstar. As he shows us what he's got here at the Secondary School Nationals. Getting the first try and getting St. Thomas out of their own end goal. As he shows the ball, 2 hands, and then decides to take the fullback on the outside. And stretching out Jackson Stewart. First points for the semi-final of the Premiership division. 4-0 conversion to come. This is Mehana Pauling. Good boot on him, Mehana. Mihi to all our whānau tuning in from St. Thomas, from Christchurch, from Canterbury. Under the old Akimaunga, next to the Waimakariri. Or the Avon River as well. As their side take the lead after being under enormous pressure. Pauling. Make sure the conversion is good. Gets the extra 2. Wow. Flip-flop match. First 3 sets, St. Thomas under all sorts of pressure. Southern Cross Campus, defensive pressure, attacking pressure. But as soon as they get the ball in hand, Jackson Stewart scores right under the uprights.
Outside.
7 minutes gone. 20-minute halves. As we see St. Thomas coming up from their own end. The ball stripped. And it did look like a one-on-one, and the referee's happy for it to play on. Here comes Southern Cross. This is Whakautoki.
Release now. Hold it. Hold.
Complaining. Wants a quick play to ball. Sione Poe.
Alright, release this, fellas.
Aquila Potofa, dummy half, indicating I want my next runner. He finds Tevita Manuika.
One foot. Okay, 3.
They shift it to the left-hand side, shooting up. This looks like Sione Filimoiatu. Filimoiatu testing the defensive line. Potofa goes back to the left side. It's the second rower. Faith Taiese. And St. Thomas. St. Thomas hold on. As we see the chip. And the referee finds a knock on here. He indicates a knock forward. A noke or scrum. With Southern Cross Campus to feed. Ball in now. Here comes Emosi Ravosai. Millimeters away, Emosi. Potofa, dummy, short ball. Manuika offloads. And back into it is Ravosai.
Held up.
And referee indicates held up. You got to take it back to the 10th to restart. Emosi Ravosai. Heavily involved in this set so far.
When you're ready, go to.
Potofa goes left. He finds Sione Poe. 3 in a tackle. St. Thomas. Their defense being tested. A little bit of a stall in play. But Latu Whakautoki.
1 foot and hold.
Slow play the ball. And because the flow was slowed down, forced them a knock on against Tevita Manuika. We see the delayed play the ball there. Just Manuika couldn't find the timing. As we see big Toby Gibson. He's a character, Toby. You can see that indicator with the pink headgear. Mayhem appalling now. Feeds the scrum. This is Lopeti Wolfgram. Renowned winger, fullback for rugby. Likewise, with our other back row, our other winger here. Dante Tahuhu Wilson. Here's Gibson. Stands in a tackle, finds his front, loses the headgear. Makes the hit up and goes to the sideline. Great hands from Pauling. What an offload. We find the try scorer. This is the danger man, Jackson Stewart. Off the back of a wonderful offload. Jackson Stewart crosses over for his second try. St. Thomas absorbing pressure. As we take a look at the replay here, he goes between the two defenders and draws in the third with an offload around the back. as Jackson Stewart stands the fullback up. Josiah Vite gets inside of him. Try. But the work done earlier. Drawing in 3 players. I think that was Bishop Neal, who was spoken about earlier. One to watch. As they increase the lead. St. Thomas 10-0. 12 minutes gone. Looks like he hooked that one. He did, Mahana Pauling. One from 2. I'll take a look at the replay. You see here now, he goes between the 2 and then he wraps the ball around the back door. Just wonderful work. And the footwork here from Jackson. Drags the fullback, Yesef Paula, over with him. There's St. Thomas. A really composed side. Andrew Matangi. Really driving in and doing some work with the Canterbury South Island boys, I should say. Looks like the ball did come free, and appealing for a rip was Zeke Fangaleti. He's got wonderful footwork, Zeke. And it did look like a dangerous tackle.
Back here. We're halfway up.
The St. Thomas.
Go.
They cross the 50. The big man himself. This is Bishop Neal. Loses the ball though.
Release that Noah. Over the line.
And Latu Whakautoki cleans things up as Southern Cross make their way towards the halfway line. 14 is Sapulu Momoe Mausu. But he's dragged back. And forever appealing is Aquila Potofa. Sione Poe runs over 1. Potofa. Sione Filimoyatu. Fifth and final indicated. Kick from Emosi Ravosai. Chasers are there. Still the last called by referee Joseph Green. This is Josiah Vite. Vite chips and chases, but wasn't able to get the ball free. As the referee indicates fifth and final turnover.
Another couple of kids. Play it here. Play to the markers.
But St. Thomas, dangerous from anywhere on the field. As you see, Maretino. Kalodal still goes. Beats the fullback. Maretino, this is the first tackle.
Oh!
And what a start to the set. This looks like the prop forward, and it is. Jason Salalilo. Salalilo still going forward. Campbell. Short ball. And finding the man himself. Bishop Neal. Crosses over for the third try. St. Thomas. Too fast. Too big, too strong. As we see a short ball from Meihana Pauling and hitting the line at speed, at pace, is Bishop Manuel Neal. Mahana Pauling. 2 from 3. Well, I should say 1 from 2, and he's attempting his third. Can't assume he's already converted it. And so with his third attempt, Mahana Pauling. In the background you can see De La Salle take on St. Paul's. It's the second semi-final, as the conversion is unsuccessful. As we take a look at this barnstorming run from Maretino Kalaudau, he just sees the space on the outside. Ankle tap late, but then that play sets this play up here as Mahana Pauling gives a short ball onto the bulldozer, Bishop Neal.
Outside, fellas. Stay on!
14 points to 0. As we restart yet again. And you want to check these boys, the footwork on these young men. It's a knock on, the footwork's good, but the hand control, not so good. As we take a look at the ball, it drops out clean. 19 is Tino Leuta. As Southern Cross now, as they've done so many a times in this first half. Pressure from the get-go. That was Mosid Avosayed at the 13.
Release the ball! Back straight! Oh, that one.
There's Boltofa. We've got some fresh legs coming onto the field for Southern Cross campus.
Release the grip! 1 foot! Hold!
Kurakiria being brought onto the field with number 8. As Sione Filimoyatu
Okay, just release the pack. 1
puts
foot.
his hand up.
Hold!
You see a lot of players in the open. This is Sione Poi.
Hold! Give it space.
Potofa. They go back door, finding their shape. And Mosidavo Sayes, big strong player.
Last one!
Short.
1 foot. Hold!
Last one called by the referee.
Okay, nothing like.
Grubber kick, he held on to it, but cleaning things up here, Dante Tahuhu Wilson. No problem at all, as Lopeti Wolfgram comes out of the dummy half, steps, jinks, weaves.
Come back! Hold!
Second tackle, 35 metres out from their line. Oh, what a show and go. Pauling, Mahana Pauling with no one in front of him. Just absolutely tears the defence apart as he crosses over. He extends the lead. 4 tries, but Mahana Pauling, he just looks up, plays Watts in front, throws a dummy, beating the A defender and the marker. Hitting the inside channel there. And no one in front of him, Mahana Pauling. Scores a 4th try for St. Thomas of Canterbury. They've been ruthless, the St. Thomas side. Mahana now attempts to convert his own try, as that takes us into the half-time here in the first semi-final of the boys' Premiership. St. Thomas of Canterbury 20 points to 0 over Southern Cross campus. Second half not too far away, Motonumai.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec will keep you operating.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the second half of the Premiership Boys semi-final. St. Thomas of Canterbury take on Southern Cross Campus. 20-0. The first half ended in. But Southern Cross Campus really applied the pressure early in the first half. As things kick off quickly here. So welcome back to our audience. No mate, hoki mate, whakatau mate. We're here at Bruce Pulman Park in Tamaki Makaurau, in Takanini to be exact. As Southern Cross running from right to left, juggling. And then the ruling's called, knock on. Be a scrum feed in favour of St. Thomas of Canterbury. St. Thomas just some dominant players in this side. Bishop Neal, the number 18. The fly half, Mehana Pauling. Danger man with speed on the wing, Maretino Kalodau. Real turning factors of the match. X factors. As St. Thomas pick up where they left off. Clark. He finds Mino Patello.
Release the ball! Hold!
Clark, once again, looking for his go forward, looking for those. That's Zeke Whangaleti. But penalty called inside the 10. Back chat. Referee taking an extra few 10 metres. Wasn't a knock on, it was a strip ball. But there was a response, there was a remark made. And the referee taking no nonsense. Not having a bar of it as St. Thomas line up. Mehana Pauling, he scored the last try in the first half. He's looking to get the first try of the second half. Kaiwa Walt, Joseph Green, right on the mark. As our support official, Pakinaida, indicates where to take it. As St. Thomas come forward, it's a fumble against Tino Leuta. As they shift the ball, they had plenty of moving players, but no space. Causes a knock on from the defensive pressure. But Southern Cross got to come out of their own end. And then Morsi Ravusai Pulls it out. He finds the SF baller.
Stay to marker. Hold. Go, 1. 5, good play. Spin, hold.
Southern Cross. Second chance with the ball in hand.
Release the ball.
Haven't got out of their end so far. 4 minutes in their own half. They're yet to cross the 50. As Kurakiria takes a hit up. Here comes Morsi. Morsi finding Latu. 15 final court.
Go.
This is Apikotoa. Chip chase. Regathered there by the back rower. Whakautoki. Ball kept alive. Josiah Vite. Referee saw his hand touch the ground. The hand with the ball in it. Once it hits the ground, it's a turnover. But not a bad option here from Southern Cross campus. He looked left and right. And the covered defence. As the arm hits the ground. And the offload tries to come out. Not in rugby league. As we see St. Thomas fighting to get out of their own end. Look out for the speed on this man. Maretino Kododa. As Pauling kicks through. Turning the defence around. Josiah Vite. Finds the SF bowler. Big D there from St. Thomas. And picking the ball up. There's Eli Bijikakoi.
Back here.
12 metres out from the line. First tackle. 0 count caught. Pauling finds the big centre. Sheldon Haywood. New Zealand Māori player. Crosses over for the first try in the second half to St. Thomas of Canterbury. It was the pressure from the chase. But of course the half man Pauling identifying the space and giving early ball to Sheldon Haywood. With Sheldon Haywood beating the man on his outside. Takes him on one. Slams the ball over for the first try of the second half. Stretching the lead out now for St. Thomas. There's a lot of people here. You may not see it in the background there, but every man and his dog is here. Pauling. Try to use the wind to bring it back across. Not having any luck there as Sheldon Haywood, big lengthy centre, powers over. There's Southern Cross campus now. Reset. Kicks deep down into the corner. That's Bijikakoi. He feeds it off to Zeke Whangareti. Still going Zeke. Offloads. Not the best of passes from Tino Leuta, which causes a turnover. But check out big Zeke Whangareti. Beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Just about the whole back line by himself. Well, you can tell I'm counting. But their final pass going astray. You see the strength of the wind and the banners on the side there blowing. Southern Cross now coming out of their own end. That's the halfway line. You can see the white one.
Come back!
Potaufa at dummy half. It's a penalty. Second effort done unnecessarily. Southern Cross were, the play the ball was slow coming from them, but then a second effort, referee pulling it up unnecessary. As they check the win, let's get an indication of which side to kick to. He finds plenty of meters there. Southern Cross haven't been down this end in the second half. Bit of a delayed response there. But Faith Taiese takes the first settle. It's Potaufa. He finds Fili Moiatu. Shuffles it on to Sione Poi. Potaufa. Fili Moiatu yet again. Decides to run this time. You can see Charlton Hayward shooting out of the line. It's Aston Clark, the number 22 for St. Thomas, playing in that hooker. Ravosai. Kurakiria. Wants the quick play the ball, fights for it. As Southern Cross bring it back towards the centre of the uprights. Latu Whakau Toki. Potaufa looking around, finds it, comes off the upright, and it looks good for him, Mosi Ravosai. Very excited, very happy to just get on with things as Southern Cross cross over for their first try in the match. As you see here, it's Robert Apikotoa. He decides to kick it towards the goalpost, deflects off the upright, the padding, and the big man Mosi gets low. Ravosai scores the first try for Southern Cross campus. Fili Moiatu attempts the conversion. Conversion looks good, and it is good. Gets the extra two. But it's just the kick placement here. The option to go for the grubber, but also being aware to use the upright as it catches the fullback off guard. And the covered defence, not aware, not reacting quick enough. But the big man, Mosi Ravosai, right place, right time, right move. 24-6. It's over the back of the head. Here's Faith Taiese. Full name, Faith and Miracle. Sky's been strong, Sione Poi. But he's running into Tino Leuta. Kurakiria. Good leg drive from Kura. Look at the post-contact meters. But Bishop Neal having none of it. Bringing the man down. Neal at marker. Huge player. Kurakiria with another hit up. Battle between him there and the other prop forward, Toby Gibson. As Apikotoa looks up, tries to find some space, but onto it is Mehana Pauling. Pushed back into the fullback position. Lopeti Wolfgram settles the second. Here's a scoop from dummy half Jackson Stewart. Got a double in the first half. As Kurakiria wraps him up. Clark. Leuta.
Let's all get up! Yeah, oh.
16 as Mino Petello. Just come onto the field, Mino. Referee wants him to take it back to the spot he was in. Could be a stoppage in time and play. Referee has a duty of care to look after the players, so he calls time. But the big man, Mino Petello, you see him change his angle, and it looks like a hip to the head. No, I was looking at the wrong player there. At first I thought it was Aquila Potofa, the number 5, playing in that hooker. But it's the second contact. May have been an accidental forearm to the throat, but he's holding his leg. Could be a hamstring injury. The referee have give them time to recover. And they're ready to go again. As Mino Petello plays the ball back to Ashton Clark. Clark goes to the blind side. Wants to keep them guessing. Pauling, Stewart. And the referee says the final pass was forward. So it's a turnover. It's good options here. They had numbers stacked on the blind side. It was a simple draw and pass. But Jackson Stewart, last ball, forward. So Kaiwa Wild, Joseph Green calls it back. But Southern Cross got a lot of work to do to come out of their own end. Kurakiria, he's been good. He's been really good for Southern Cross, the prop forward. As we see Southern Cross jammed in their end zone. Jammed down their end of the field. Mouth guard comes free as they just get over the 20. Toby Gibson at hook at pivot. This is the boys' Premiership semi-final. The other semi-final taking place at the moment is St. Paul's and De La Salle. St. Paul's currently winning that one 6-0. And if the timing's right, we're under 5 minutes to go. St. Thomas. Wonderful run from Sheldon Haywood. Try scorer already. Clark. He finds Jackson Stewart. Stewart crosses over for his third try in the semi-final. Referee confirms try time. Jackson Stewart. All of this coming off the back of the quick play to ball from the other centre, Sheldon Haywood. And Stewart just goes in behind a defender in between. Both A defenders, either side of the ruck. As the markers weren't quite set. And Jackson Stewart crossing over for a hat-trick. Extending the lead now. They're up by 22 points. As we sit at 28-6 with the conversion to come. St. Thomas of Canterbury finishing top of their table. The top of their pool. As they challenge Southern Cross, who finished second in Pool B. As the conversion is successful. But look at the work here from Jackson Stewart as he identifies, changes the angle, and slides through the last line of defence. Makes it look all so easy. Jackson Stewart. Star on the horizon. But yes, finishing in top of the table for the Pool B was De La Salle. And they take on the second place of Pool A, which was St. Paul's College. The current score over there at the moment is 6-0. As we restart this one. You see it in the background there, both sides. But here's Toby Gibson, the prop forward. As he keeps driving. Takes 3 of them to stop him. They're using numbers. This is Tino Leuta. Looks like a fumble. Yep, referee calls it. Just try to get up with a bit of urgency, but he placed the ball on the ground and tried to stand. The referees are identifying that, and amongst some of our players, they need to lift the ball up before they place it. Can't use it to stand up. As we get down to the last minute and a half of the semi-final for the boys' Premiership. Here comes Southern Cross. They want to finish strong. It's an accidental high shot. As there's some care showing. There's some care showing. Nothing malice in the tackle. As Eli Kakoi extends the arm out. As you can hear. So just off the back of this scrum, we see the half fly out Eli. And there he is, puts the arm out, which indicates a head high. And penalty in favour of Southern Cross Campus. They're looking for some extra metres. They get 10. And so they reset at the 20. Just a delay in time. Our match officials have the official time. As we restart, kicks across field. This must be the final play. Wasn't too sure if that was Alhuda in the background, but the man who scored the first try is the man who finishes up this one here, Jackson Stewart. They kicked it on the first, and I'm assuming they thought that was the final play. The referee Joseph Green indicates to carry on, and there's the hooter. Yep, it's confirmed that it's full time here, ladies and gentlemen, in the boys' Premiership semi-final. St. Thomas of Canterbury successful, 30 points to 6 against Southern Cross Campus. Winner of this will meet St. Paul's or De La Salle in the other semi. And the current score at the moment, St. Paul's are up 6-0 against the undefeated De La Salle. But stick around, we're not too far away from the Girls Championship semi-final coming up in an hour's time. This is New Zealand Rugby League's National Secondary School Competition.